Good morning, Shirley here. Stuck in Toronto because I can't get a plane back to Vancouver. I'm compromised. I'm being compromised. Also, my situation is pretty good in the sense that I can get all the food I need. I can get rest at night. I'm helping with the grandchildren during the day. My days are very full, and it's and I'm struggling with trying to rebook all the AFOT stuff because of the not being able to travel and the shutdowns. So economically, I've lost at least a half a year's income, and God knows how many dollars on airline tickets. So there's a little bit of stress there. So we want to look at vicarious. What is vicarious about this horrible situation across the country that we're in? And the first thing that comes up when I get to my felt sense, is I feel sickened. There's like a big sickened. It's almost like oh my God, I feel rotten. I feel like there's something rotting inside me. Like I'm rotten, maybe from here, all down my chin, all down here, and right into my chest. There's this rotten, I feel rotten, and a bit of a terror, a rotten, shaky terror. There's a rocky, shaken terror here with this COVID thing. I talk about my stresses upstairs here, and they're not that big for me. Like I'm pretty lucky, right? I can afford to lose all my income. I get a little bit of an old age pension, enough to get by on, right? I do miss my husband, and I really miss my dog, and I miss my house. I might not get back home for months because I can't get on an airplane. But really, I've got it good. So upstairs isn't so bad, but inside is rotten. Like, and it's almost like it smells. I could smell rot, and it makes me want to weep. So along with the rotting, comes this horrendous weeping. It's a deep weeping. It's way too big to be all mine, and the sadness I'm feeling is giant. It's big, big, big. And so I know this can't be me because my life is so good, right? I can still eat, I can get food, I've got a bed to sleep in, so much of my life is good. But yet here is this big, rotting, horrendously deep, profound sadness and smell, a stench kind of. And when I go deep into that, like how old is this stench? I realize it's pretty old. It's certainly not all mine, right? The first place this stench takes me back to is my family of origin, and so it's something to do with there. When I go to that place, it's certainly not all mine. I don't know whose it is. I gotta check that. You know what? It's so older than even that. It feels like it's the rotting bodies across the nations during the pandemic, the original pandemic. So all the disease that was killing all of our peoples across so many nations that we didn't even have the energy to bury them because we were all so sick ourselves, right? It was a really horrible, horrendous time. These pandemics were horrible. Now when I check in, it seems to have lifted a bit now that I can identify that, okay, that rotting, that was our people's rotting all over the place, just everywhere. Like so many thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of rotting bodies. So that's what that is. And now that feels a little better. Oh, hey, and now I can breathe. So my lungs were impacted by that. So now I end up with my dad and his tuberculosis because he struggled with tuberculosis all of his life. And I realized, okay, that's his. So there is the family of origin. I can feel it in my stomach is shifting a bit here. Oh, that's my father's stuff. Okay. Wow, I'm beginning to feel a lot better already just by being able to identify my father's tuberculosis and set that down. And my mother's here too, but I don't know what that is. She's a Mennonite from Russia, and it seems to come up through here. I don't know if they were sick because I didn't really live with my mom. It seems to be an unidentifiable kind of up through the throat thing about my mom. And there must, well, maybe it's about voice. Like she never could speak. She was, oh, starvation. It was so much starvation. I think that's the starvation. The starvation is coming up, the empty belly, the belly up through here. So a lot of this stuff, and I'm not feeling so sad right now. Strangely, it's like I'm able to separate these pieces, these vicarious pieces of intergenerational Indigenous history, and also my mother's history is the starvation. I imagine that led her peoples to Canada, coming out of Russia. So the immigration stuff was there too. So it's really a double-edged sword there. I'm noticing I'm feeling a lot better. Yeah, and my voice is even changing a bit because my voice has been sounding sick because people have asked me on the phone, "Are you sick?" No, I'm just carrying an intergenerational history of genocide. That's all. I'm not really sick. I'm just genocidally carrying a load and a half. And I'm happy to greet it. I feel much better. Thank you, Diva, for asking me to make this video. I don't know if it's helpful, but I hope so. Love you so much, all of you. Bye for now.